Good morning and welcome to the Motorhome video. It's probably the evening when this video goes out. This is part 22, which features a lot of footage of stuff that you haven't seen yet. So first we're going to kick off with a montage of stuff that's been going on before I show you what we're up to today. T-shirts are available at geoffboyscars.com. Save the planet, drive old cars, love them, don't lease them. Right, montage, go. I'm having a bit of a move around at the barn today. The Range Rover is now running. This isn't my Range Rover, but just listen to this. It's an absolute monster of a vehicle. What's happening today? All sorts, actually. The Miner is going back down to Robin, and the Mrs. Jeff's little farm truck is coming back. Bedford is hopefully going to be cleaned as well, so lots happening. Right, there we go then, Morris Minor on the way out, and in an hour and a half or so the little truck will come back in. I'm organising stuff up here, so now Sid, the NSYNC tour bus, is coming out for a wash. Ron's back with Mrs. G's strawberry jam truck, and Robin has been busy growing strawberries in the back of it. So we have a strawberry farm in the back of the truck. It's exciting, isn't it? Are these fully organic, grass-fed? Look at that. That's a straw, that is. Very good. Now, you may remember a few weeks ago I bought this Bedford truck, and today it's going to have a real good deep clean. So let's see how she comes up after a pressure wash. I'll show you how it looks at the moment, and then we'll see how it looks afterwards. Should we do the cab? It's not going to matter, is it? Let's do the cab.
Oh, just in case you've forgotten, the doors don't open because they're rusted shut.
Ooh. Another skull there, look. Actually, that's not a skull. That's a whole mummified mouse. Nice. Sun's coming out. So I am available for car restorations, large or small. I can do commercial vehicles, classics, modern cars, you name it, I can restore it. Consider this one restored. Sid is all clean, look. Check him out. That's a lot better than when we got him. He's all nice and clean, and he is actually dry because we've had some sunshine today and he has dried out. So no more cobwebs. That's a lot better than it was before. Did all the engine and everything as well. A lot of oil came off, but Sid's not going back on the road. I've got no intention of putting Sid back on the road. If Ian thinks he can get Sid started, then we'll play that game. But Sid is here just for storage purposes, basically. Evening, pretty big moment. I'm up here on my own tonight with a broken tooth, and the mirrors are going on for the first time in a long while. The mirrors going on is a big deal. I'm very excited about this. So I'm going to get the screws in and get this attached. Not making any motorhome videos.
Alright.
It's not a motorhome video.
No. Where are we?
In the motorhome.
Oh.
I'm just not filming it.
Like that.
Oh, hang on a minute. Campervan montage, possibly part 22. This back bit here is, that aluminium is the light board, basically. That is 2 trailer boards, sellotaped together. And we're going to mount this on the back of the van. We're going to mount that to this. We're going to mount the lights to this. And then we're going to mount the number plate and everything to that. And then this is going to be covered in fake wood. So you're not going to see this. No. This is a hollow conduit, so all the wiring can run through it. Then we drill through that. We drill through the back of the van, and we mount the whole thing on the back of the van. The wiring in the van has been done by Carl. So we have fresh spades labelled.
But the problem that I'm trying to overcome is that we don't know what's behind this. What we do, insulation.
So if we're going to screw the aluminium board into this, there's a chance that we're just
screwing into
insulation, which is the way we attach the awning.
So, no, the way somebody else attached the
Yes.
So what we want to do is put some at the other side.
Yeah.
For a screw to find anchorage into.
Yeah.
Which is going to be essentially like a bit of a skirting board.
Yeah.
But it needs to be deep like that bit of aluminium.
Yeah. So we're making a sandwich, right? And then the top piece of the sandwich is aluminium, and then the bottom piece of the sandwich is going to be bread. So we're getting a long piece of bread.
So in the back of my car, is the bread.
Windy up here today.
And the reason I wanted to talk to you about this, is because it isn't just any old bread. This is your bread.
Wow.
I brought with me.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a scaffold board. But what this is Lebanese cedar.
Is it?
Yeah.
So it's £1,000.
No. It's left over from a job I did.
Yeah. When you were in Lebanon.
The thing with Lebanese cedar is it's incredibly fragrant.
Right.
Right. And old knowledge.
Yeah.
It was used in furniture that was in bedrooms. That was storing clothes. Not to scent the clothes, but to detract moths, etc. Because moths and bugs don't like it. So, where it's going in your van is under the beds, where all your storage is, where all your clothes are going.
Genius.
So this isn't just a bread, it's also going to help make sure your clothes don't get full of nasties.
Do you know who's going to love when you explain this to her?
Your missus.
Yeah.
The worst thing in the morning is when you get your pants on and moths have just eaten.
I know, they're not even there. Yeah, just full of holes all the time. Happens a lot. It's happened a lot less in life than I was expecting based on cartoons from being a kid.
How much moths like pants?
Yeah, it's always pants, isn't it? T-shirt? No, thanks. Brilliant. Oh, that's nice.
Well, you can't really smell it at the moment. When I start sanding it.
Oh yeah, then the smell will come out.
It'll whiff. Yeah. Oh, that's Lebanese cedar as well. There's some offcuts.
Moth cuts.
That smells a bit more.
Did you say moth cuts?
No, should have done. Edit that in.
Edit that. Yeah, that's nice.
Good.
Good. Good. Bread of hair.
That's all I wanted to say. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, the problem I've got here is the screws are all just not happening. So we need to drill that out. Then we need to paint that. Then we need to have a little look at how that's being attached. Because as you can see...
it's probably screwed into insulation.
Well, if we get some more insulation and we can attach it directly to that.
Or get some bread to put behind it.
Just a quick sandwich. This is the fitting of the sink. This is the fitting of the sink. Were you there as well?
Yeah. Oh yeah, in sweet harmony. Oh no, let's get together. The fitting of the sink. I wish I hadn't done that. So
we knew that it was going to be tight, so you've got some shaving to do. Has that just gone in perfectly?
Yeah, I think that's...
What goes at the back there? I mean, other than the tap?
The worktop.
Oh, right.
It's taller than they said. That's the first thing I've noticed.
That's good though, because you don't want it to be... Yeah, but you've got worktop going on there.
Yeah, but that means I've now got to route the bottom of the worktop out so that it sits on. That's fine. Well, it is what it is.
Yeah, but surely the sink should sit above the worktop.
No, it's going under and the worktop's going over it.
Really?
It's up to you what you have. So there's two ways of fitting a Belfast. One is to have the worktop going over the top.
Yeah.
Silicon under that gap. The other is that it sits above and the worktop comes up to the edge of it.
That makes much more sense to me. You know, we need to ask.
Google it.
Has she said that she wants it?
Well, she's okayed all the drawings that I've done.
What would you do?
Well, the reason I've done the drawings the way I have
Yeah.
is because I think that's the better option.
Right. But then you're hiding your sink, which is a bit of a feature. Like, it looks nice like that.
We don't have a worktop then.
Where am I going to put my plates?
Just get off there a minute and Google Belfast sinks.
Yeah, they look like that.
And no, just Google Belfast sinks. See what people do. I tell you what. Now we have a conversation about it.
That's because we've gone 3 months with me saying, I don't want to know.
Yeah.
You guys work it out.
Yeah.
Let me Google it. Before you start, let me just explain. You look like you're about to give a talk, actually. Like that's a lectern. This is a piece of very nice furniture that Mrs. G and I bought some years ago, and it is about to be repurposed as a worktop. This piece of furniture actually has sentimental value, which is why we'd rather have it in the motorhome. So go! Right. Is she free? Look at that. That is a worktop. And a usable cupboard still.
Yeah, that was the point, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. So we could chuck that in Sid and you...
Any meathead could have just lobbed it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But now that is...
At the lot.
I can chuck a piece of MDF on that and it can sit in Sid and be used for storage, which was the goal. Cool. Right.
Tell you what I've got.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't need to be on the channel, does it? I've got something that can go on this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably stuff knocking around the unit.
Yeah, well, I've got something knocking around my unit.
Have you?
To do with it not being there.
All right, there you go then. All right. Lovely. Well, Phil's doing that. I'm working on all
that's heavy.
these little bits over here. Oh, my phone's dead. I'm going to tidy these up. I'm going to put the trim in here. The screw cover trim goes in there. So I'm going to do that. And it's just about to rain. Because obviously this is the summer in Britain. This is mid-June. Yeah. We had summer, didn't we? In April and May.
Oh, mate, are we back? Are we back?
Here's an interesting moment. Right, Phil is now going to angle grind some of the nail work out of the worktop. But to do that, we're going to try running an angle grinder off of the Aferi power pack, which we haven't done before. I've used this to charge my phone and a few other bits, but we've not used it for anything that's like high demand. Oh, I meant to take a photo then. Be nice if that was on a hinge. I know. Yeah.
What do you mean?
So that you can cover the fridge sink. It's not been designed like that, has it? I've got to stop coming up with ideas that I should have told you 3 weeks ago.
I looked at it and thought exactly the same thing. It's quite neat.
Yeah.
But you also need a worktop. So you would either have to hinge just that bit.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Right, okay. For a minute I thought you meant the entire thing. And then have another piece underneath. So what you could do is just have another piece over the top of that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Middle of June, the rain is coming down. It's horrible, but this trim here, I've put all that in along the roof, all the way along here. You can see I've got to here, I'm just getting this trim in all the way down the door. Felipe's over here cutting out. Private dancer. Oh, they've seen it now, look. They've seen it. Phil's getting some ideas together for my... Luckily, the Mat Master won't watch this anyway, so he won't know that I'm using this car. But yeah, Phil's been singing Tina Turner all morning. And we're working out a plan for what we do with this car for the John O'Groats thing. But the more I look at it, the more I like it. Just black. Black like my soul. Is it raining? It's raining a little. There's a bloody waterfall out there, mate. How's this going?
It's going.
What are you doing? You're
3 weeks on this, I think.
So you reckon it's actually mahogany that we're using?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, don't hold me to it, but I reckon that's what it is.
Mahogany. My motorhome's going to smell of rich mahogany. I might have to add many leather-bound books.
Smoke some cigars.
Smoke some cigars.
When's the last time you smoked a cigar?
I've never smoked a cigar. I'm not into smoking. I hate the act of smoking. So,
what does that even mean?
I just don't, I don't enjoy the feeling of inhaling something hot and taking it into my lungs. I know you're not supposed to with a cigar, but maybe I don't know how to smoke a cigar properly. I just never enjoyed the taste of it.
Do you like private dancing?
You like private dancing?
I need to learn how to not smile or laugh when telling a joke. It's much funnier if you can keep a straight face, isn't it?
There's a bit of an in-joke in that last summer, Phil made me a temporary number plate so that I could get myself home, which was cardboard and it was permanent marker. And if I go over to that trailer, I bet it's still on there now. Let's go and have a look. So the joke is that this private dancer sticker probably will stay on that Volvo until Land's End. Let's just go and see. It should be M325 MUY. That's the one Phil made. MUJ, I was close. There you go. He only made it me so I could drive a 20-minute journey, and it's done probably 1,000 miles. And I got rid of that car ages ago. So there's the joke. Well, the big joke today is the weather. What should we do with it? I think it's quite cool. I think it needs a good clean. It is naughty.
Maybe I've got a future in vinyl lettering.
Vinyl lettering?
Like sign writing.
Sign writing. You should advertise as a business, and then when people turn up to collect their vehicles, it's just that.
And every single one just says private dancer.
It's Dave's Plumbing. No. Private dancer. A little bit later in the day, I'm still fitting some seals at the front here, and I've just cleaned out. I'm quite glad that I've done this because I wasn't going to go too far because the old seal was in. See the red thing down there? That's the old seal. I should have filmed it, but oh, there you go. Look at all the moss that's come out of that old seal. So I'm now replacing the seal all the way up there, and then this will all get painted and trimmed and finished. I'm aware that the window still looks pretty fugly. The weather is pretty fugly. Let's go see what Phil's doing. I've done this seal. This middle bit here is done all the way down the door, all the way to there. I've done the seal in this door. That's all done as well. Oh, Phil's making a kitchen.
Phil's making a mess.
It's looking beautiful. And as I said off camera a minute ago, I'm really pleased we've been able to use this piece of wood. I always liked this. This is the one piece of furniture we bought that I really liked. It's just a good job we've broken it. This weather is absolutely shocking. It stopped raining. Phil's still kitchening. Because you know when Phil's involved, it's going to be perfect, isn't it?
Not mahogany.
It's not mahogany. What is it then?
Don't know.
You don't know?
But we've found out that this is merely a stain.
But it's a nice chunk of hard wood.
It is. Well, yeah, it is. It's not as hard as I thought it was.
So it's not mahogany?
I don't think so.
Damn, I'll cancel the many leather-bound books.
I'm not sure what it is, but I'm slightly concerned about maintenance around the sink, water damage. So watch this space.
I think there's a reason people use worktop, as in proper worktop, in things.
We did talk about this, didn't we?
I know we're going to...
Some people can't be told, can they?
No, they can't. So when we're in Portugal and we're phoning Phil because it's all got water damage and it's all popping up.
And I'm getting it in the neck from someone.
I would have just gone out and bought a piece of worktop that looked a bit like walnut.
Well, at least you haven't had to pay 400 quid for this.
Yeah, that's true. While Phil does that, I'm at the front here, just doing a bit of grinding on the sill, getting rid of some of this rust, and I'm going to paint it. Well, first I'm going to rust convert it with this, and then I'm going to paint it grey, actually, with that really heavy tractor paint that we used on the Hillman Minx, just to tidy things up a bit. And it stopped raining, finally, which is quite nice. So that's today. Right, this is...
It's not what you have on that Volvo.
The what?
It's a joke.
The answer is not what I have on the Volvo. Yeah, I know, yeah.
Can't be that.
No.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to have a look at this. So you're going to end up welding this sill, basically. So I've ground it all down. I've rust treated it. But if you come down here, you can see there's 2 oils.
Okay, yeah.
It's relatively straightforward by the looks of it. Where would you cut? What would you cut out and what would you weld in? So how far do you need me to go with what I'm doing now? Because I'm going to paint. But there's no point in me painting on it a bit that you're going to then cut out.
What's that?
That's
that line there.
That's just where I've ground to bare metal and not. So above
So
that.
that's bare metal, that's paint.
Yeah, basically.
And this is all solid metal?
Yes.
It's just these?
Yeah. I've done my best to grind bits and bobs away.
Well,
that's where it's got to.
I would...
So I was thinking, would you just...
Do you want me to patch over it?
Cut that? Yeah, I mean, you can see it's been patched there, so it's been repaired before.
So it's not like you want it to be flush and look like I've never been here?
No, not at all.
Like the man yesterday?
No, it doesn't need to be like that.
Okay. Because I could be the man with the golden welding torch.
I don't need you to be the man with the golden welding torch.
Maybe I do. Maybe that's my calling.
The man with the golden welder. Sounds a bit like Willie though, doesn't it?
Well, I mean...
Private dancer. So, I guess what you'd do is you'd cut about there. The man with the golden welder.
I'm almost certain
you could be gold member.
There'll be a top shelf
magazine
video somewhere right there of the man with the golden willy. There's got to be, hasn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, if there isn't, we need to get onto your man down.
I think he'd do
down
it.
In Eastbourne.
Yeah, he'll do it.
He'll be onto that, wouldn't he?
He'll be on that. Yeah. Yeah, he'd likes a bit of that. Any excuse to get his speedos out. So you basically
just giving him an entire new career.
You're going to cut it there, right? And then we're going to go across there and
the golden willy.
just bend a piece in and weld it to there. Yeah.
I'm glad we had this chat.
Yeah. So when you cut all that out, all that can be cleaned up. But
has that been done already?
Possibly.
I'm wondering how much whether you just cut it all off and start again.
All right.
Is basically what I'm saying.
From where to where, though? No, not the whole van. I'm wondering whether you cut it off and buy a new one.
Can you get a new one? Do they sell these as new ones?
Motorhomes.
Right. Seriously, yeah?
Yeah.
He wants a serious answer because this video is too long.
It's actually 3 minutes now.
Yeah.
When all I needed you to do was say, don't worry about painting around this bit because I'll have to weld it and the paint will get in the way.
Yeah, but I would almost say don't paint anything.
Don't paint anything.
Because heat, conductivity and all that, when I start welding, the heat into the steel is going to move.
Yeah.
And it'll just bubble up whatever paint you've put on it anyway.
Yeah.
So why didn't you just say that at the start?
The whole sill, all the way.
Well, it depends where I'm going to weld.
I know. It's almost like that's why I called you over here.
Seems you're not the only dickhead round here.
Two of us can be dickheads here, see? Right. Now, can you ask...
Oh, I recognise you.
Can you now answer the question that I asked you 3 minutes and 53 seconds ago?
If it were me, I'd be welding it before I painted it.
Right.
And what time are you going to save by painting it now and then painting it again after I've welded?
I was just worried about whether it's going to rust.
Not in like the weeks that it's going to take. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Yeah. No, I'd just leave that now, mate.
Okay.
I'll have a cup of tea.
I'll put the kettle on.
They won't spend 200 quid. They'll be replacing something that they got for 70.
Yeah. Mugs are available just below this video, I think. Right, there you go. All tidied up. The rust stuff has gone off now. So I'm going to paint this with the Admiralty Grey, because that's I feel like that's one of the thickest, heaviest paints we got. And that's what we did the minks with. Plus, you can't see this anyway, because this is underneath the step.
Plus this doesn't matter.
Plus this doesn't matter, yeah. So,
Enjoyed the video.
hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Shut up! Yeah, look, this is how talented he actually is, look. Go on, put those on so you can't hear. Right, go on. Look, he's routing out an actual recess for where the sink is going to sit. That is proper craftsmanship going on right here. Proper craftsmanship. Look, I mean, look at the curve. It's beautiful. Perfectly done.
It's a Brummy curve.
I mean, look at the curve.
Look at the curve, he's a Brummer.
Look at the curve.
Look at the curve.
Proper talented he is.
Have you seen me curve?
Also does sign writing. How does reading YouTube comments make you feel? I just read some to Phil. He's not happy. Right, this is how it looks. Now that it's Admiralty Grey, that will last forever. Cool, great job. Nice one, Geoff. Next. Hey, you know how the number 33 has been following me around? Just been to pick up what is going to be the table for the motorhome. And guess what house number it was from?
It's 33.
33, yeah. Second time that's happened to me on Facebook Marketplace in the last couple of weeks. The person gives you their address and it's number 33. Also, there's a heat wave coming, so look after yourselves and others, stay indoors, buy a convertible. I may have bought a convertible. Ron's bringing it down today. The seller said his name was Ross, but when it came to transferring him the money, his name was actually Mohammed. So we'll see how well this one goes.
And it's raining.
And it's now raining, yeah. But we're ready for a heat wave, aren't we, with our bright orange convertible?
Are we going home now?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Morning, another day on the motorhome. This is another not motorhome video. We're making indicators. So I've got Carl up here with me today. You'll notice that all of the back end was removed and we are basically making all the lights work. So that's involved a little bit of changing the wiring at the front because we had some corroded connections, didn't we? Right, you need some power. So if I go power there.
You've got a kettle lead to
I've got a
adapter.
that goes to.
That's only got a kettle lead.
Hang on, it's over here then. Yeah, there you go. You go into there. Beautiful. And then I click that. You should be on now. Oh no, hang on, there's a button up here. I remember. There you go. I have to click the AC button. Look at that. And then you just drag it over. So we're heat sinking these bits. Because we've now made the indicators work. See, that should be flashing. It's not flashing. It stopped flashing. Now it's flashing. So it's to do with the connection to that end.
Earth there.
Dodgy earth there. Right, got to make sure that's nice and tight then. Yeah. Not sure which one of the geniuses. Not sure which genius painted over that. It was probably me. Should be fairly straightforward to clean that up or order a new one. Bit of paint thinner on that, that'll come straight off. Indicators at the back are all good. So the plan is to rebuild we're doing a custom light bar for the back. So we're mounting the lights to the trailer board and then the trailer board mounts to the aluminium and the aluminium will mount to the back of the van. That's the rough plan. But first, heat sink. Heat shrink, not heat sink. It's heat shrink, isn't it? Because you're using heat to shrink it. Right, we're a little later on in the day now. Carl didn't expect that he was going to be wrapping Fablon, but we've actually wrapped the trailer board to make it look like wood. And it's going to be beautiful. So that is the rough plan. We're a little further along the line now. So this is the wiring. Basically, this piece here is where the brake light's going to go. And these are all the wiring bits that will connect to the brake light. The brake light will mount here, number plate will go in the middle, and then this will all mount to the back. So it's all spade connections. And then that goes through the conduit all the way inside my fake piece of wood. The wires come out here, and then what Carl's connecting there will connect to the wire in the back of the van and give us brake lights. I appreciate this video has not been very good, but I never really curated it as a motorhome video. Let me show you where we got to for the end. And yes, you will be seeing the interior in detail at some point. And yes, I know the rear lights are not on properly, but we need a ballast resistor because the LEDs are throwing problems. But LEDs will be mounted to my wooden board, number plate mount, fog light, repeater, some stickering and details on the motorhome. We are actually making progress, but now I'm going to the pub. Right, there's a heat wave coming and I can't find any of my hats, so I thought, well, best thing I need for a heat wave, based on government advice, is probably wear a helmet. This is the trailer bar coming together, look. That is my trailer bar wrapped in Fablon. Lights are wired, number plate is wired, lights are wired. Just waiting for, we need a ballast resistor to make these LEDs work, because they did work well yesterday, so Carl's on the case with that. So that's all ready to go when the ballast resistor arrives. So yes, we can mount the aluminium piece on the back. Here we have the brand new seals from COH Baines, and if you compare that to the old seals, which we were potentially going to have to put back in, look, they're absolutely full of staples, and you can see there's holes and all sorts in them. So absolutely the right idea to put new seals in instead of sitting and pulling all these out. So new seals going in. In fact, the new seals, they're not in here yet because it's just been wallpapered, but the new seal is in there, and they've gone in absolutely beautifully. So pretty pleased with that. And the kids are happy today. Good, hope you enjoyed the montage. You will also have seen recently that this car has been painted and this car has been purchased, but you'll see that on the channel at some point. Phil, we're going for a full motorhome video. What? A full motorhome video. What's happened? Part 20, well, why not? I'll give them a montage of everything we've done so far, so they've just watched that. So now we're up to date. Get the sauna on, yeah. Why does that look like it's upside down? How is that possible? It's the right side mirror. It can't possibly be on upside down.
Maybe they only make one of them.
I never removed it.
Upside down and one
Yeah. Yeah, he's not wrong. That is the reason. So, all right. Oh, okay, proper motorhome update. We painted it. We painted it this colour, and it's way better than the green. If you remember, we did Viennetta, and then we lost the love for it, so we painted it again. So it's now this kind of teal blue. It's actually called Vivid Blue, and it's beautiful. We're really happy with it. We've got some window seals that have been done. Window seals came from COH Baines Limited. Absolutely beautiful. New window seals all the way through. We bought a swing ball set. At the back, we're putting this beautiful checker plate panel on, and the checker plate panel will hold the light bar. The light bar is wrapped in wood, Fablon. LED lights being sorted by Carl. You saw that in the montage. Aluminium panel is actually painted the exact same colour of my favourite brown Volvo. I painted that myself. What else have we done? Lots of little bits of edging, lots of paint work has been done. And inside, I can show you, if I zoom out, we've got seating made by Phil. We've got a table that is going to be customised to go in. The bedding area hasn't changed much, still being used for storage, but there's a mattress on the way from a company called Funky Futon. At the back, we have... Yeah? How's your head? Yeah. Phil just cranked his head on a piece of metal. We have full-size bunk beds in the back for the children. Mattresses will go on here. We're just drilling through the back so that we can mount the light bar on properly. Then we're going to do skirting boards. All of the edging pieces are going to be done there. This is at the moment an empty... Oh, I fell over. This is at the moment in a sort of empty area of the motorhome. If I go back here, look. So we've got bunk beds at the back, and then we've got a blank space, which is for potential storage. Posters, yeah. Could put a shelf over here. You'll notice that the wallpaper's gone back up. I did that.
Who's on the poster?
Hey?
Who was on your poster?
My poster.
Yeah.
I never really had a female on the wall when I was younger, but do you know the one I always remember? What? Wouldn't have been allowed in my house, would it?
I never really had a female on the wall, just mainly in my bed.
Not at all. Can you imagine Nanny Sue's reaction? Nanny Sue wouldn't have stood for that. No. She probably would these days. So, do you remember when we went away that weekend in Woolacombe with the T4s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I might actually put some photos in here of that weekend. I had on my wall because I just bought that van and it was empty,
Mate,
wasn't it?
this is a hell of a preamble. I know I'm the king of preambles, but
I'm just
who the hell was on your poster?
you've ruined my story.
Sorry.
Ruined.
Start again.
Preamble.
Edit. There's
Right.
a lot of editing on that.
I just bought that van, yeah.
Yes,
It had
please.
no insulation, no nothing. It just had metal walls, but it had
Did it?
cushions. Yeah. I never insulated it or anything. It
Yeah.
had seats that folded up,
Yeah.
and it had some cushions.
Yeah.
We probably slept about 6 people in it. And on the wall, I just decorated it with pages from Surf Girl magazine. And there was a Rip Curl advertisement of a girl in a yellow bikini. I always just go back to that one. And the other day, Teresa was like, Mrs. Geoff was like, oh, I bought a new bikini. And it's basically the exact same bikini from the girl that was on the picture in my van.
Bikini?
No, it was Rip Curl.
Reef used to do.
Oh, Reef used to do good advertising, didn't they?
Remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I do remember. I can picture it now.
Yes.
I'll put one in here for you.
It was peachy, wasn't it?
There you go, gents. This is the old Reef advertisements. I remember that back when surfing was cool and there was actually money in the surf industry.
I don't think I had a lady on the wall.
No, your mum wouldn't have stood for that.
No, I definitely had Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Right.
And I know
Cut.
that because I used to go to sleep and try and spell his name with my eyes closed.
How old were you then?
Well, I always had a bit of an overactive brain.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to read the words on my posters and try and spell the words.
I was 25.
Yeah. I still can't spell it now. S-H-A...
There's a C and H and a W in there somewhere, but nobody knows where.
Do you know what it means?
Schwarzenegger? No.
Blacksmith, I think.
Does it?
Yeah.
Strong name. So, as I said, this is the empty area where we're probably going to have some shelves and some storage and stuff. And then we've got the beautiful kitchen unit, as built by the man himself. Phil over there has done this from scratch. Not too sure about the hanging of these doors.
Hey!
I'm joking! I'm joking.
It's just swinging open. It needs some magnets.
I know how long... I've got magnets. I know how long you spent hanging those doors. So this is beautiful. We've got the sink, which came from... I forget which company, but...
You should remember, put a link in it.
Yeah, because this sink... well, you basically got well excited about this sink, didn't you?
It's just a mint imperial.
It's beautiful.
It's a matte finish.
Yeah.
Which you just don't, you know.
You don't get. And you'll have seen from the montage video that this is a piece of furniture that had sentimental value to myself and Mrs. G. So I'm glad that we've been able to use that. Table's just off Facebook Marketplace. We're going to repurpose that later on. Obviously the seats lift up and then it's going to be carpeted. All of that front area is going to be upholstered. So yeah, when I said we were going all out, we are going all out. Absolutely beautiful in here. Very, very happy with the way things have gone. We've used materials that we, value, colours, everything's been pretty carefully thought out. So pretty excited to be on the road, which is actually getting closer and closer. We've got a bit of welding to do on this sill. This is the only bit that we've found. Found a hole there when I took the steps off, so that's going to get done. Other than that, yeah, we're all good. Need my help?
No.
Good. I love the aluminium in that colour. It's just ace. And then there's a few extra details that we're going to add to the motorhome as well, but you'll see those in due course. So you ready? Oh, they love it when you're in your little shorts, darling. One for the lads.
Do you reckon that hat has actually come from New York City?
I don't know. Bit out of practice with this making motorhome videos thing. I've painted that window. Can you tell? So basically, because it's been painted multiple times, it's ended up with lots of paint everywhere, which has involved, so you got to paint this bit, and then you get white paint on that bit that was covered in masking tape, so then you got to mask this bit, and then you got to paint that bit, and then you get a bit on there, and then you got to paint that bit again, and then you get a bit more on there, and then you got to paint that bit again. So everything's been painted about 6 times. Thankfully, because of the reflection, I didn't see you. Go on, do it again.
No, it's all right.
Let's let's go see how Phil's getting on. He's been sanding, look. We're charging today, and we're charging at a 120 watts going in. Beautiful. Go on then, what's going on?
Farting about, mate.
You made a table?
I was farting about.
You're just farting about? Just farting about?
Live on telly.
Live on telly?
No,
not live?
we need to mock something up to see what to do next.
Well, that's why I thought I'd come over and see where you were
Got
at.
loads of bits of wood, so
All right.
let's do that. And then we'll make a video about...
Got to try and... Yeah. Hang on, I should wipe my lens. There you go, much more professional. Got some American number plates that I'm toying with the idea of putting on the back. What's going on in here? He's been making a table, you see. So remember early this morning we had a coffee table. Well, now it looks like that. We've taken the top bit off it, and now it's a case of getting it in its correct position. It's been cut to size. It's obviously now missing these bits here. I've painted my finger. So yeah, we're looking good. Everything else is exactly as you saw it this morning. Nothing has been added, and more importantly, nothing has fallen off. My next job is this one over here. You see these bits here? Just all paint that's gone in the seam from various people painting it. Not just me, everybody. So I've got to mask all this up, spray this black, and it's just tedious, and I hate painting. So that's where I'm at today.
You know what we could do is...
What?
I like that stuff that you threw away.
What stuff?
Like the table leg, you know, that sort of thing.
I've got that.
Where is it?
I'll show you.
Turn that off.
Stop what you're doing a minute, Phil. You ready for this? You can do the honours. Test the bucket.
Here's the bucket.
If you don't know what this is about, then it means I never posted the podcast, but I think the podcast will be up by this point.
I love that.
This is the testing of the bucket. I'm gonna laugh my butt off if this leaks.
I mean, I'm only able to test it to a level. We're not getting the pressure of a full bucket.
No,
And it's holding.
it is holding. That's the bit we were worried about, wasn't it? Is it damp? It seems okay.
Oh man, your viewers will watch anything.
They're interested to know if the £2 bucket works.
Comments. Can I carry on with this now?
Yeah, you carry on doing your job. I'll put this on eBay.
Like, as much as there's just 2 things that got fitted,
We got 2 things done
it also
today.
didn't exist until this
Yeah,
morning.
exactly. Yeah, so fabrication and research. Table's done, and the table is beautiful. Can you demonstrate the table?
What do you mean?
Just pull it out.
Just sit at it. This is a table.
No, show the mechanism and the shelf that comes out. So we've got,
You might have to give me a hand.
yeah, look how secure the table is.
Tight fit.
It's very sturdy, and then you can whip the table out
Whip it.
in just, using just simple tools.
Just whip it.
That's then got a bracket like that, and then you're left with this little shelf, which means when you're chilling, you've got, with your homies, you've got space for a cup of tea. All of this will be cleaned up and varnished or whatnot, but that is a beautiful little, very simple solution. Table coming in, Janet?
Very simple solution to an incredibly difficult problem.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
a table.
Yeah.
It is impressively sturdy, a lot sturdier than your average motorhome table. And that's why you pay me the big bucks.
Yeah, and that's why we only get 2 things done a day.
Exactly. Cool, I think that's the end of the video. I love it. I love it.
That's solid.
Yeah, it is solid.
You know, you're playing good poker on that.
Yeah,
That's going nowhere. No one's cards are...
no. That is beautiful. That is a very, very beautiful solution, and I've just realised that people are now seeing the upholstery
Damn it.
for the first time. I didn't want to do a big reveal until we get to the end, but as a YouTuber, that kind of doesn't really work, does it? Unless you're building one of these every week.
You're YouTuber.
I do YouTube.
You're like YouTuber.
I do a bit of YouTube. There's a tap as well.
Oh, mate, you are in trouble now.
I know, she's going to kill me for that, isn't she?
Yep.
Everything except the kitchen sink. Right, I think that's it.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm going to finish up some masking because I love doing some masking. And I'll see you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Later on in the evening now, Carl's back. Carl's come up with a new way to connect the wires, which he's much happier with. So instead of spades, because the wire coming out of my Chinesium rear lights was very thin. So we've gone to, what's this method called?
I'm not actually sure what they're called. They're basic heat shrink connectors.
Yeah, you're soldering and heat shrinking at the same time. Which is really cool.
They're not overly easy to use, I must admit.
No. Lovely.
Come on.
So, now
There
that
we go. Solid gone.
Now that the rear panel is on, just have some rear lights on soon. It'll be interesting to test them with the ballast resistor on and see how they go. This is a cool moment now because the completely custom wood wrap light bar that was just an idea on Photoshop has now become reality and is all getting mounted up. All of the wiring is going through the inside and it's all correctly mounted on the outside with just some nice neat wires coming out the bottom. So we're looking pretty good now. That works. Hazards are working. Yeah. Check this out. It's like vest weather. You might as well just call me Ron. Let's go see what Phil's doing. I think there's a bit of welding about to take place, but he's doing a bit of metal work, you see. Man of many talents. Many, many talents. So he's just panel beated a piece to repair the sill there, look. He's made that himself. I mean, he didn't mind the metal, you know, the ore, but it's shaped pretty beautifully. So that can then be welded in. And the rear light bar is now in place because we fixed all the lights the other day. And that is roughly how it's going to look. It's pretty cool, isn't it? You doing, boys? What's the name of your YouTube channel? The Ninjago Showroom. So, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the Ninjago Showroom, that'd be great. The kids are working on some YouTube shorts, knocking out some Ninjago stuff. This is what we're learning, isn't it? All right, got a little studio here, got the Lego men. It's all go up here today. How many subscribers you got? 75 subscribers. Of course, the funny thing is, do you know how long it took me to get 75 subscribers? A lot longer than a week, which is all it's taken them. Crack on, boys, you're doing really well. I'm just basically directing ceremonies today.
I used to work for Rolls-Royce, I did.
Did you?
Yeah. Yeah.
You haven't thought this skit through, have you? Watch your head. I used to be head of waterproofing at NASA. See, he thought that, right? He got the Rolls Royce thing, but then
You had me there.
Yeah. Hadn't thought it through, had you? No, it could have been really funny, that.
Well,
if you'd had something else to say.
Maybe they will have known as well.
That you used to work for Rolls Royce.
No, that I didn't have a follow-up.
Right.
Let's hope that it's not that embarrassing.
Yeah. Where's your bucket today?
I haven't actually.
Where is it?
I don't even know where it is.
It's over there, look.
That was so 2 days ago. I just realised I'm shouting.
Yeah. It is still holding water.
I'll tell you though, that little tip that someone gave.
What?
Did you see how to fix the bucket?
What did they say?
Either a lighter or just a heat gun.
Oh, yeah.
Welds back together again.
Yeah. All right.
All of that lost wisdom, eh?
Yeah.
Good old YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
Good old YouTube in the comments section, eh?
I know. Huh? We'd be lost without it.
Yep.
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 We'd be eating first.
Lose 6 subscribers every time I put him on the channel, but he's worth it.
I used to work for Rolls Royce.
I'd have gone for something. I'd have gone for something like, of course, that's when they used to be based, and then say something completely wrong. We'll come back to you on this one, viewers.
Done his bent bit of metal, but
no.
It's
look at the curves on that.
it's different that end to that end.
Yeah.
That's a deeper curve than that one.
Yeah. You ought to go work for the man with the golden spray gun.
Is that Rolls Royce?
So when you used to work at Rolls Royce, is that how you used to do it?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Yep. Just on the floor and in shorts.
2 eggs in my sandwich, please.
I love how she calls me Philip.
She always calls you Philip.
Called me Philip for years.
For some reason, she always calls you Philip.
I don't know actually. What do we normally have at the barn? 1 or 2?
Well,
Really?
I love a lot of eggs.
So it's more of an egg sandwich with a hint of sausage.
Why is that so rude? How did you have your sandwiches when you used to work at Rolls Royce?
Oh, we didn't have sandwiches.
Did you not?
No. No, it was caviar. And...
Yeah.
Oh, apparently these are better than Rolls Royce sandwiches.
Let's go and have a look.
Yeah, it's best to have a look.
I'll be the judge of that. To be fair, they're always better when we cook them up here. What kind of sausage have we got today?
We've got Cumberland sausages.
Where are these from? Are these from
These are from...
One Tree Farm?
No, they're from one of the other farms.
One of the other
that I
ones?
use, but
Yeah.
all the same.
Yeah.
Principles apply.
When can we expect your first batch of jam?
12th of Never.
12th of never? Did you just say that? That's really quick for you. That was a good one. Oh. Watch the hot fat. Watch the hot fat, babe. Another high quality purchase direct from China, eh?
Yeah.
This is rubbish. This swing ball is rubbish.
It's a good place to store water though, so you can wash your hands.
I like the old fashioned ones that used to drill into the ground.
There's the sump plug's gone on this, I think, or something.
Sump plug.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost it.
Like, you know, like most of your vehicles.
You remember when I tried to bring the water over for the wallpaper and I spilt it all in the back of the Citroen?
Yes.
Yeah, well, the same thing happened yesterday in the Mini. Let's go and see how the YouTube superstars are going. Oh, they've given up. Is there no YouTube happening, kids? Is there no YouTube happening? You're not making any more videos? Yeah? Make another one. You got to keep putting the content out. And then when you get 160,000 subscribers, you realise that people will watch any old rubbish. That was a joke, obviously. This is the finished bar. Still a few bits to do, like put the number plate on. Cool. Welding next, I think. That is. There's a lot of contour on that, mate.
Well, I thought it was just the same all the way along, and then I put it up and I was like, oh,
Yeah.
knackers, I'm going to have to change it.
I can't believe you no longer work for Rolls Royce.
Well, let's look at the tools I've used.
Yeah. Well, it's mostly that hammer, wasn't it?
And on the floor,
Yeah.
you know,
On the floor of a barn. Yep.
where there's a will.
Where there's a will, there's a spatula. Sandwiches are done. Whee. Look at that.
Not sitting in the way over there, are you?
No, that's not where we wee. We wee further over. How's your sandwich?
It's all right.
Right then, I'm absolutely covered in just everything. So don't look at me, look at my Mini. That is the end of a long day. The sausages have run out. Where have we got to today? Well, Phil has welded up this bit. So it's not the prettiest, but it's functional and that'll work. It's better than it was before. What have we done inside today? I don't think we've done anything inside. We have attached the rear light bar. That's now attached and it was all working until I decided that we needed to rebuild the rear storage area. And then I took all that apart and that took me forever. That's ready to all be rebuilt, which I'll do over the coming days. You'll notice I've removed the tow bar and stuff. And that's all over here. So basically, 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but 3 weeks. Thanks for watching.